this is kind of one of those state of the market videos, and I am telling you, it is an incredible state of the market. So let's get right into it. I am lead trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen, and going to focus on several stocks, but particularly HKD, okay? Listen, if you followed me, you know that and especially on the podcast, the Steady Trade podcast that we did for about 4 years, we really would talk about the market shift in 2015. So I started day trading 2007 during the housing crisis, the market crisis, extreme volatility back then. And but then for 5-6 years after that, we would short, quote unquote, every penny stock, basically any low priced stock, any 100%, 200% runner. Again, air quotes, everyone. I mean, you had an occasional outlier, but an occasional outlier, very occasional, okay? But other than that, we would talk about basically the opposite of the day three surge today. I mean, day three surge is one of the best patterns out there. We would short day three. So you'd have that big first day, sideways day, and then everyone would move on. Stock would collapse on day three. So it's actually the exact opposite pattern. But back to 2015, I recognized the shift then, and it's just like, this isn't working anymore. Now, day three is sometimes the biggest day. Day 4, day 5. I mean, here we are on HKD. This started trading only, about 15 trading days ago, roughly. Really started moving 4 days ago. Okay, the big move was, back last Friday, the big move, or for the last Thursday, today's Tuesday. So, I mean, big move goes from 60 to 190, 60 to 190. Oh, that's it. But then you look at the candles. I mean, look at today's candle relative to the previous candles. I mean, basically a low of day of 668 and a high of day of 2,600, and it's only 2 o'clock. Okay. But it might not be over for HKD. I mean, look at that. And this is the interesting thing. And this is what never used to happen. Notice, again, the big move started here back last Thursday, the big move. Okay, it was grinding up, but notice how every candle is bigger relative to the previous candle. And yes, HKD is an extreme outlier, but I am by no means, and am I saying it is not an extreme outlier, but that is something we continue to see. When they base higher, and then look at these big rips. I mean, the bummer with the candles today is it just obscure, because of the scaling. It makes, Thursday and Friday, and I mean, especially Thursday. I mean, look at it. It looks like nothing happened on Thursday. Meanwhile, the stock was up like 150% that day. Anyway, but that's something we've seen and recognized over and over again. And, a sympathy play like AMTD, this stock, same thing, same idea, same stock, $2 to $14 in pre-market, so a 700% move in under 24 hours. Yes, it's pulling back, but it's probably going to close up 300%. And look at the volume again. HKD is trading at $2,000 a share, so the volume's much lower, but look at something like AMTD. I mean, this is 2020 type volume. I mean, this is still not a cheap stock, $7, $8, $10, $12 stock trading 200 million shares on the day. I mean, crazy dollar volume, back to 2020 type things. And, we've got all these other IPOs. I mean, listen, you got APDN, COVID play of all things. I mean, listen, monkeypox. Basically, monkeypox has kind of been whatever. And look at this. Oh, only up 400%, just halted to the upside. But again, 8 million float, 70 million share. Now, I'm going to teach you something. Okay, I'm giving you recent examples because I want to show you what's working right now. Nice to see the unhalted APDN. Here we go. So by the time you watch this video, I mean, this could all, especially if the head of the snake, HKD, I mean, if it gets hard halted or they do a dilution or something, this could rapidly end. Okay, so you might be watching this video a week from now and be like, well, what happened to all of these things? But the point I want to make is this is a trend that has gone back 7 years now. Okay, this idea of ridiculous volume. And those, again, go back to those candles. When you're looking at your charts, Okay, and you see that stock that every day is gapping and going and closing at the high of the day. Okay, so I'm going to draw that in as a line chart because it's way easier. You know, as a human, it's tougher to draw candles, but bear with me. You know, when you've got that gap and go, and then, you know, market close, gap and go, market close, gap and go. And when you get that idea with like HKD, so this is 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. So now you've got those big candles. Okay, I'm going to draw a couple little wicks. And then that every day you've got bigger candles, bigger bodies, bigger wicks even, okay? Especially wicks to the upside. And when you see that building and building and building, that's a sign. And again, listen, am I saying that by looking for this day 3 surge, by looking for these multi-day runners, by looking for these heavily shorted stocks, listen, am I saying there's going to be another HKD? We may go a while before we see another HKD, but look at AMTD. Look at APDN, okay? So can you get a $20 to $2,600 mover? Maybe not. But can you get a 2 to 5, a 2 to 10? And that is, again, what we have been seeing over and over again since 2015. And the best way to spot these, okay, again, it's YouTube. We record the videos, we post them. It takes a couple days, okay? I get it. So you're like, Tim, I want a real-time example. I got a solution for you, okay? Every single day, 8:30 Eastern, live in StocksToTrade Advisory, okay? I get it. But like I said, you might be watching this video 2 months from now, and HKD might be freaking delisted, okay? Wouldn't surprise me. Very sketchy manipulation, that thing. But I'm telling you, click that link below, get on StocksToTrade Advisory. It's stupid cheap. It's a year long, live every single day at 8:30 Eastern. Every single day. And we break down the APDNs and the HKDs and the PGYs and the TBLTs and all of these plays in extreme detail. We live in unique times, my friends. You know, again, I talk about this a lot. Inflation, gas prices, war in Ukraine. You know, today we got saber rattling with China and Taiwan, and man, there's a lot bad in the world, monkeypox and coronavirus. But I'm telling you, learn to day trade and learn to spot these moves. It's incredible. I mean, the amount of opportunity out there. Check out StocksToTrade Advisory, and we'll see you next time.